Please, also would like a question to be reserved for the gentleman at the front. He's representing a very important stakeholder.
Okay. I agree. So we will have 4 questions. 1 is already taken. So, yes, second question on this side. No for me. Okay. Third question. Yes, 4th question. So we have 4. We have room for one more. The lady in black, do you have a question? One more. Okay. Yeah, so, yes. That's the last question, 5. So the first one will be from the gentleman sitting right on the front row here.
Hello, good afternoon, all of us. My name is Sobin Enwerem. I'm representing NADEF, National Disability Empowerment Forum. My question in this session is the provisions to make sure that persons living with disabilities join in protecting their own data in the usage of this internet, more especially visually impaired persons. How are we going to make provisions for them to still have access in protecting their own internet data while making use of internet, both in aspect of voting? How is it going to be possible for the persons, visually impaired persons, more especially those of them living in diaspora, to contribute in the electoral process on the aspect of internet? Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay, so did you get the question? Okay, so the second person, please ask your question. Please make it sharp.
Yes, my question is to the open
Data.
procurement platform.
Okay.
I was wondering if your data in terms of budget, you should not be getting it from the budget office directly instead of trying to source it from the agencies, because as the budget is passed, you should be able to impute that. But I'm wondering whether you are working with the budget office to populate the platform. Thank you.
Thank you very much. That's a straightforward one. Yes, the base data can be sourced from Budget and Planning Ministry. However, the budget is a living document, and as it's used, they should be updating that portal with it. Next question, please. Yes, sir.
Thank you very much. My question actually is a comment that leads to a question. The reason for that is that there is this misconception, especially from people that are experts, and they sometimes end up creating problem for the system. In particular, this is referencing the safeguard for electoral process, where issues of cards have been mentioned. And we're talking about smart card, because when we're talking about card, there are cards that are not smart and there are cards that are smart. And when you are talking about smart card, I realize that within the industry and even internationally, people you expect that are formulating policies or technologies that will actually communicate appropriately to the public are not doing so, and therefore they create confusion. Now, in smart card, for example, some cards that are EMV compliant, they have different kind of technology. One is the one that uses SDA, that is static data technology, authentication technology, SDA smart cards. And the problem with the SDA smart card, even though it's EMVA, is that once the crypto analyst or a hacker or whoever, the emissary, is able to capture the cryptographic key, he can clone that EMV card. But it does not mean that all cards can be cloned. Because if the card uses DDA technology, which is dynamic data authentication technology, it means for every transaction, like every voting, that card cannot be cloned in terms of there is difficulty in doing that. You can also decide to make it a CDA technology which is combined. So it is not complete to say that all smart card can be cloned. There can be difficulty, so we need to communicate that so that if INEC, for example, is going to use a smart card, people cannot come and tell INEC come and buy SDA card because it's cheaper. INEC should know we should use a DDA card that will now be linked with the PVC and or whatever. So why is it that experts don't know enough to be able to communicate appropriately to the public? That is number one. Then the second question is that most software developers don't actually treat the subject matter of standards. So they develop softwares that work, but let's say common criteria evaluation, where you actually deal with your protection profile, your strategy, your security targets of evaluations, and your evaluation at clearance level. If you develop a software for military application, for financial application, for different kind of application, they must have EAL, extraordinary level. Why is it that very sound software developers don't include standards and all these things in their operations, and therefore in their communication to the public is difficult? Thank you.
The gentleman has just taken the time for the remaining 2 questions. But, sir, issues like that can actually be taken to your business forum, the technical, where, or to NIDA, for example, because NIDA has responsibility for standardization, for quality control, and all of that, quality testing, and the rest of that. Thank you very much for your passionate observation. Yes, my sister, I will not take that away from you.
Well, for the records, my name is Nkem Delemweke. In your presentation, INEC, sir, that's Mr. Onoha, you made reference to the Snowden case. I'm really curious. I would like to know what you would have done to have prevented Snowden from exposing those data. Thank you.
Okay. So the very last one, the lady in black.
Okay, so good afternoon, everybody. My name is Chinwe. I want to first and foremost...
Sorry. Your name and your organization or where you come from, because they are taking record of it.
Okay, so my name is Chinwe Obuja. I work with Family Ministries International Africa. And firstly, I want to commend the guys that came up with the open contracting platform. Very nice, but I just have a few comments. Firstly is the fact that because it's a lot of information and sensitive data you're trying to put, it would be nice to maybe secure the site, yes, because so that it just reduces the risk of a lot of things going wrong on the site, right? Then secondly is the fact that, well, what are you doing to synergize with other government officials? Because I know the lady mentioned that this is the first time she's getting to hear about it. And so my question is, what are you doing to synergize with everybody you're supposed to work with? The gentleman mentioned something about budget office, getting data and every other thing else. So what are you doing? What are your plans for, one, synergizing with other people, two, publicizing the platform? Yes, thank you.
Thank you very much. I'm not sure we have enough time to take the questions one after the other. However, I will crave your indulgence to give us 2 minutes for the presenters to address quickly some of the pressing ones. So the first question is about how are we going to create the enabling environment for our physically challenged brothers and sisters, to include them, because we're talking about inclusive, digital lifestyles for everybody. So what are we doing, or what are we going to do to ensure that they are included, they're able to participate on this electoral process, either online or using electronic means that is not necessarily, driven by the internet, but they can participate in whatever process we have come up with. So I think that one, I will ask Dr. Bassi, do you want to answer that for us? Okay, please. Thank you.
Well, when it comes to data protection, there is no discrimination that I can guarantee my brother, because data protection is universal. Every individual owns their data. It doesn't matter your orientation, religion, or anything, so that you are 100% protected. And at the same token, I know that when it comes to electronic voting, there's going to be some regulation. Every regulation first must address people with disability. In Nigeria, that would be the thing that we advocate for, because I come from a society in US that is a very serious matter, and personally myself, I work with people with disabilities, so it is a key to us to make sure that everyone is carried along on the move to make that this regulation goes into effect. And the data, on the data side, I guarantee you 100% that everyone, be it female, male, child, is completely protected. The interest here is that the information is yours, whether you gave them when you were small, or whether you are grown up, whether you are sick, it's all your information, so it belongs to you. And that is what the GDPR actually has done, by making the whole world understand that your data is your asset, so you have a right to it. So that is guaranteed.
Thank you very much. We will also look at how BPP will ensure that they collaborate and they leverage on existing successes.
Okay, just briefly, in terms of collaboration, I had earlier mentioned we are working on the platform of OGP, and under that platform we are working with the Budget Office of the Federation. And as we speak, one of the next line of action is to integrate real-time this system with the budget software that is being used. As we speak now, for 2018, all budget data will be uploaded on this data directly from Budget Office. Then working with other government agencies, we have actually sensitized all the permanent secretary. We've shown them this portal. All the heads of government agencies, parastatals, have also been sensitized in April and February 2018 this year. So our next move is to now go to the directors and the procurement officers. The sensitization by Monday, Tuesday will be in Akwa Ibom. Then Thursday, Friday will be in the southeast. Then the upper week will be in the southwest. You can watch out when you hear Nokopo on radio and stuff. So we are actually also planning what's called Media Pally to actually have a real launch of this. So we are at the early stage of it. That's why so many of you have not heard about it. But we are working with NIDA. We are working with relevant government agencies on this to make sure this is a success. We are not working alone. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you very much. I think that on that note, we can give another round of applause. I'm sorry. I think we will take that offline. He wants to. It's all over the internet now. My sister, go and read it. Okay, he wanted his personal experience, what he will have done, right? Up with him, or do we want to hear what he will have done?
Offline.
We'll take it off.
Offline, please.
So, thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Please, a round of applause. Now, we have two things to do. We have food to eat. And then we have our way forward to look at. But especially those of us that are not living very far, we need to say thank you to the panelists. Thank you very much, the Honorable, no, she's the PAMSEC now, because she's the one that is representing PAMSEC, and our panelists, thank you very much. So lunch is out there, but do we go eat, come back here, or do we do way forward, eat and go? We do way forward, eat and go. Okay, thank you. This is democratic. Thank you. Okay, so Chairman and Mr. Emmanuel Edet, you have a way forward now. Emmanuel Edet.